Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. This is Pickle Pack Intergalactic Discovery, episode 21. How's everyone doing today? I've been really busy, but I don't really know how to use what I've been making. So I went through, I was hoping it'd be daytime by the time I started recording, but it is what it is. I went through and I made an absolute ton of mechanism stuff. So we made this one, the chemical infuser, in one of the previous episodes, and it's used to make hydrogen chloride. So we need the hydrogen chloride for the chemical injection chamber, which I may end up moving from here yet. Not 100% sure. I'm not sure how much space this is going to take, and I'm going to go set it up out there for a start. So I made the solar evaporation blocks. That was a nightmare. So this thing here, these are just the blocks. I needed 57, I think it was, of this. So it's a heap of copper, but then each one requires a dynamic tank. Now each dynamic tank is effectively one steel. So I've had to run a couple of stacks of iron through and double that in coal through the metallurgic infusers and make a heap of steel. So I've made it's 57 of them. The evaporation valves, again, not too bad. Steel casings, machine chassis, capacitors, etc, etc. Dynamic valves are again the dynamic tanks, so that's one steel each, and then the control circuits. So kind of a bit of a rabbit hole while making this sort of stuff. This one was fairly easy, just a block of copper and some casings and that. And then it needed 4 advanced solar generators. Now these things were bad enough. This here, you've got 4 solar generators and then 2 refined obsidians each. Steel casing's fine. Octadic capacitor, that's a nightmare itself. And then you've got to put a solar panel 4 on it as well, and that's pulsating iron and solar panel 3s and 2s and 1. To be quite honest, I'm glad I had the ME crafting terminal, or the AE system with all the stuff in it. I made a bunch more drives because it got to that point where all I was doing was crafting. I was just standing at this terminal, crafting. Bit of a nightmare. So we're going to get another solar generator from that, which hopefully puts out a fair bit of power, because what we've got in terms of the edits that Blake Bro has made to the mechanism stuff, I mean, the separator, no zombies or anything in it. These things here requiring 1000 RF a tick, I think it was just unbelievable. That's probably empty now. This has run out of power. So yeah, if I turn this on, it's just using an obscene amount of power, and it really, I think it's a little bit excessive. So if let's see, what are we pulling? 2000 RF a tick, and that to me isn't right. That's very much a little silly. I think that is going a bit far, but anyway, I'm sure there's a reason why he did it. But in the meantime, okay, so I made the evaporation tower with the evaporation thing here, and to build this we're going to need to, let's set the reward bags. I'm going to go through this. So to build the structure you must do the following. Layer 1 is 4x4 solar evaporation blocks. So this needs to be in... Alright, hang on 1 second, I'll be right back. Ooh, okie sorry about that. Got called away for a second. Whoa, almost jumped on the ground. Right, so we needed to do, what was it, 4x4, wasn't it? That's 4. Got one more row here, so that's 4x4. Layer 2 to 4. Solar evaporation blocks around the edges with a 2x2 empty space. Any two of these blocks can be replaced with valves. Okay, so let's put valve there, and then, whoops. I don't know how I managed to place that down when I was standing there. Alright, so that's that. That's one level. Let's see what any two of these blocks can be replaced with valves. Layer 5 solar evaporation blocks on all 4 sides of the empty 2x2. Just not the corners. Okay, so let's do this whole... Whoops. Whoops. So that's 1, 2, 3. 2 to 4. Okay, do another layer like this. And then I think the idea is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the controller. Now. Oh. Oh, I'm doing great. Well done. Well done, Lens. You are nailing it. Alright, so that goes there, and then pretty sure we go 1, 2, and then get stuck in the solar panel. 3, 4. Really? Really, one goes the wrong way. Can I turn you? Yes. Otherwise, any of my any OCD people would have an issue. Alright, so we are heating up. So what happens now? So that one doing corners. Yep, okay. So this structure will allow you to create brine. You will use the brine in electrolytic separator to get the chlorine. So what do you do? Do we like pump water in? I think it is, and it gets brine. Is it? Or do I have to put salt in too? Probably salt. I think I like salt too. Let's see. You take two. You need to make this hydrogen chloride. Chlorine. Okay, so let's have a look here. Brine. Can I do a use of brine? Chlorine, maybe? Really? Oh goodness. So that's set up. I just need to know what I've got to pump in order to get brine out. And I'm pretty sure it's water. In which case I'm going to use this and a mining upgrade. Perhaps I'll just put a pool here somewhere and just pump it straight in. So give me 1 second. I'll get this set up and I'll work out what else we need. I'm pretty sure it's salt. And I'll be back in just a second. So it wasn't brine that I need. It wasn't salt that I need. I just need to apparently put the world interaction upgrade in here, and knowing my luck, I don't have enough pipes. Let's see. Goodness me. Goodness me. So I need a pipe. No slabs. Again, not a shock. Let's get some more transfer pipes. And I believe this is what's required. Seriously? Oh no, it's getting water. Okay, so that it just doesn't graphically connect. Oh well. Them's the breaks. So this is now getting water, and it should be, oh, it's producing brine. So it just needs water in, and it's producing power from these. And they have 1,000,000 RF. So maybe, what do they produce a tick? Max output's 800 RF a tick, so that's fine. So this is connected. It's derpy, but it's connected. We are producing brine. Ready. So what's next in the book? Next is, so we got rewards. We got another solar panel in the control circuit. So this here says that it's used to make hydrogen chloride. So this is currently making brine. The brine needs to go into electrolytic separator to get chlorine. So what I need is one of these with brine going in. So let's have a look at what fluid fluid transport we have. So we've got the end of fluid conduits, or we have what are they in here? Tubes? Pressurized tube would be gas, wouldn't it? At mech. I think it's mechanical pipes, isn't it? Mechanical. So we've got advanced mechanical pipes, which can do 400 millibuckets a tick. Whereas ender fluids do 800 millibuckets a tick. Anyway, pipe it is. Somewhere around is my configurator. And I'm going to need to get power to this. So I may need to work out some sort of power gen out here. But effectively we've got brine coming out. There we go. And that needs to go into one of these separators. I'd like to put a tank in between. Let's get a tank. Mechanism portable tank. I don't know, maybe that's, I mean that might be alright. Or whether I just put one of these in which can hold 16 buckets. I think these hold 14 buckets. But again, it's then portable, so you know what? We'll go with this. It's night time again. No, can't sleep yet. It doesn't quite go where I need it to put it into the tank, does it? So if I put the tank here, oh, it connects. That's cool. So that holds 14 buckets. Still not night time. Now it is. That holds 14 buckets. That'll keep us okay with for storage. So again, as I said, I'm going to need power out here somewhere, so I'm not 100% sure which way I need to put this down. I'm going to put it there for the moment, and I'm going to get this and see if it goes in the right spot. Okay, so it is going into here. And then we need to split it, but again, as I said, this needs power, so for the moment, just to tide us over. I don't think this is going to have enough power in it. I'll grab some cables. We may as well continue the mechanism theme. Let's just grab some of these advanced cables. I need to go and check my my seeds that I had going for capacitor seeds. So let's turn you around. No. Can I turn you around? Yes. Alright, so that's getting power now. And again, as I said, this is just temporarily. temporary, and it's just chewing through the 400 RF a tick that it's producing. But I'm not having to do anything else. It's all sun powered. Probably not getting an ultimate amount of sun where it is, and neither would that actually. Oh no, it's all good. As I said, I will run another power system out here of some description. I mean, but 400 RF a tick, that's all right. Not sure what our solar panels are getting. Yeah, so electrolytic separator is doing its thing. We're getting sodium and we're getting chlorine. So the book says we need chlorine for what? To make hydrogen chloride. So the hydrogen chloride was made in the... Which one? This thing. Chemical infuser. Do I have that on me? I don't think I do. I think it might be... Where did I put that? always the way. I've made stuff and I've put it down somewhere. Is it in here? Yes, it is. Okay, so what I might do is just go through what I've made and I'll continue trying to set this up. So that chemical infuser was what we would need to make hydrogen chloride. So we're obviously going to need to extract the chlorine from here and put it into... Where did I put it? This chemical infuser. So let's put him here. Because there's another issue I'm going to need actually. I'll get to that in just a second. No, it's not what I want. Can't change it. That's not what I wanted. Kind of hoping I could put this here, but apparently I'm going to need to move it. Which is hopefully it keeps its stuff. Come with me. Can I put you... That one? Can I put you there? Did you keep all your... Yes, you did. So then I need to move items out of here and into this. So we need hydrogen and chlorine. Gives us hydrogen chloride. It's got power. I may need to... Oh, that's probably a gas actually, chlorine gas. I don't like it when mobs just walk up beside me, even if you are just a sheep. So I'm going to need gas conduits of some description. Let's have a quick check what's in these bags.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, double A capacitors, alright. What I'm also going to need is I'm going to need another electrolytic separator, and it needs to be making hydrogen. So over here, obviously, at the moment, we have this little setup, and I'm considering yanking this. I mean, I'm not even using it. Should be. It's just really expensive to run, 2000 RF a tick. Probably need a second gas burning generator to actually run this. So that's now producing stuff, just making gas, which is putting hydrogen here. So we need to set up another one of these. We need to get this sort of arrangement going. I don't know if we've got enough power over here. I don't think we do. But that being said, if we put... How many more pipes did I have? 7. That'll now be getting water. Maybe? If I turn it round? Yep. Yep, it's getting water now. And if we give it power, and then work out which side oxygen goes out that side, hydrogen out this side. So if we go near the gas pipes. Sheesh. Gas. Not gas conduits. Tube. 8. That's not what I asked for. Tube. No, these will do. Okay, so really, that's not ideal. I'd like to be able to have the blue one coming out here. Like that. And then I'm probably going to need to dig under this with some more pipe. But at the moment, this way I can put this in here. Yes, this is messy, and I do apologize for it being messy. That hydrogen is... That's not what I want, is it? This is what happens when we try and build stuff on the fly. I don't want you going in there. I want pressurized tube there. No. I want pressurized tube here. And chlorine. Hydrogen chloride. So that is technically working. So that will keep this powered, and it'll probably chew through all the power in that thing. This is slowly making oxygen out one side, which I don't particularly have a use for unless we move that system over here. So I may end up putting a tank here, a gas tank. And this is now making our hydrogen chloride. So, problem is, I'm kind of getting close to the end of the episode, and all I've managed to do is set up one thing. So we need to take this hydrogen chloride, and it technically goes into the chemical injection chamber in this bottom section to give us the stuff we require to make what was it in the book? The gone blank. Where is my book? These things, ore shards. So this is what this is for. We'll take this chemical injection chamber and we will turn this area out here into some sort of mechanism multitude of craziness. We're going to have to work out a way of piping out of here now, which I could probably use conduits. The gas conduits, because this is Oh my gosh. This is a gas, so it can be extracted. I may even end up having to dig this down a bit. But the gas conduit could be used here to extract out. And at the moment I could probably put it into a tank. But that is that first step towards getting this step. Okay, so just quickly, the other stuff I've made the chemical oxidizer, and I should probably show recipes for this. So recipe on this one is like this. They're fairly simple. Not much has changed in, I don't think the recipes of this have changed much. I think a lot of the changes here revolve around these recipes. I'm not sure exactly what the recipes for dynamic tanks are normally. I think the main change for these is power usage. So that's a chemical oxidizer. What it does is it will be used to make sulfuric dioxide. You will then need to combine it with oxygen to get sulfur trioxide. So we've got oxygen coming out of that. And once we have this sulfuric dioxide, wherever that's coming from, which is probably the next step, sulfur and... Yep, okay. So this is just making the stuff for that one. Alright, wrapping my head around what I need to do. So let's claim that. We've got some sulfur. The rotary condensator. You'll need this machine to turn water into water vapor. Just set the mode to deconstructing that and put it in water. Once you get this going vapor, you'll need to combine water vapor with sulfur trioxide to make sulfuric acid. So again, we'll claim no room in my inventory. We'll claim these, and then we'll come back next episode. I'll derp around a bit and try and get these things to work. There's a sulfur and some sand and pipes and circuits and crop sticks. That. Alright. Yep, claim that reward. Next reward is the chemical dissolution chamber, which is the first step of the 3-step process to your 5 by ores. Let's put sulfuric acid in along with the ore to get the ore's slurry. So pretty much we need that sulfuric acid from the previous step and ore to turn it into a fluid, I guess. And then this chemical washer, you pipe the slurry into this machine to make it clean. So this machine here I should show. Again, very simple recipes. Not a lot to them, just crafting. I'll take that. And then the next step after this is this thing here. And this, look at the rewards on this one. This, again, isn't anything overly expensive. It's just crafting, but it's just running all the pipe work to get it right. So once we get all these things set up and we get it in some sort of order, and I think I'm going to have to work out some decent power gen, we can pretty much 5 times our ore. So quintuple our ore. And
Wow.
that will be quite nice in terms of...
Wow.
Okay, Silky Jaw.
Wow.
That'll be nice because we're not getting a ton of ore at the moment, because I'm only using the digital miner outside. So quickly before we go, let's jump down here. Uh-oh, that's not good. I don't have any blocks on me. What have you broken? It's probably my power cable, it's broken. Not happy. Yes, you have. You've broken my power cable. Thank you very much. I thought the digital miner I could set up to have it stop touching this, but not to be. But regardless of that, what we've got here is we have mature capacitors. So once that lava goes away and I go and fix the... Anyway, I'll fix the cabling in between episodes, but we've got capacitors. So let's right click on that and see what we get. We've got capacitor shells. This one we'll get capacitor shells too, and it's replanted fairly quickly. We got organic capacitor shells, and they are used in what? making capacitors. Still need to work out how these things work and whether there's a particular method to getting these, or whether it's just basic double. Oh, you've got to put the, okay. So to get the different levels, I guess you put the capacitors inside something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it to find out what exactly you have to do. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. We have our seeds working. They're not going to work now because they're running out of power. I will need to reconnect this cable. Hello, how you doing, pal? And this thing's been eating my torches again, and probably looks like it has gotten rid of my ladder. Or just what I wanted. Not that that's a big issue with me teleporting around, but I had a feeling that I'd stopped it from doing what it's done. Oh no, there's my ladder. So I did stop the digital miner from eating too low down to the ground, but obviously it's just decided, no, I don't feel like doing what you want. I am going to eat everything. Anyway, as I said, wrapping it up here. Thank you all for watching. I will pull my... Oh, it's probably broken my conduits and not giving them back to me. I call bug. Yeah, so I'll fix up that system down there, and I'm going to move the digital miner. I've had enough of it. I'll move it over there somewhere. So it doesn't eat all my stuff downstairs. Please leave your comments in that section below. Hit that like button if you liked it. Let me know if there's a better way of running cabling over here. It's kind of hodgepodge, but I've never actually set one of these up. I was watching a bit of Bjornavelli's stream today, and he was doing the same sort of thing, but I think in the newer version, so in 1.10, which is similar, but I think there's a few minor changes. And I was trying to get tips on how to set this up, because I knew it was on my list of things to do in this book, but just hadn't gotten to the point where I could work out how to do it. So thank you. Catch us in the next one.